Dear friends, if I told you that right in your own garden there's a small leaf that can help with bloating, indigestion, colitis, while also reducing inflammation and boosting immunity, you'd probably be quite surprised. Wouldn't you? That leaf is *Pederia fetida*, commonly known as stink vine or skunk vine, a leaf we often think of only as a side herb for flavor. Yet both traditional medicine and modern research confirm that this leaf is rich in essential oils, flavonoids, and vitamin C, valuable compounds that protect the liver, support the digestive tract, and strengthen the body's natural immune defenses. In today's video, I'll walk you through the full range of health benefits of stink vine leaves, how to use them effectively, and the precautions you should keep in mind to avoid harming your health. Right finger, so make sure to watch until the end, so you won't miss any important details. Before we dive into the main content, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you'll always get the latest videos. Each video is a simple, practical share to help you take care of your health naturally, safely, without complexity or expense. And if you've ever tried stink vine leaves or have any questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment below. I'll do my best to respond, walking alongside you, day by day, to maintain strong and lasting health. Wishing you and your family peace, abundant health, and joy in every simple, meaningful meal together. Dear friends, to better understand its benefits, let's first look at the characteristics and components of stink vine leaves. The leaves are oval-shaped, green on top, with a slight purple hue underneath, covered with fine hairs, and carrying a distinct pungent smell. That very smell makes them easily recognizable in rustic meals. According to Eastern medicine, stink vine leaves are slightly bitter and cooling, helping to clear heat, detoxify, and reduce inflammation. For centuries, our ancestors used them as a remedy for cooling the liver, aiding digestion, and treating various intestinal problems. From the perspective of modern science, stink vine leaves contain essential oils, vitamin C, flavonoids, and many antioxidants. These compounds help protect the liver, improve digestive function, inhibit harmful gut bacteria, and naturally boost the immune system. Thanks to the combination of traditional Eastern medicine wisdom and modern scientific research, we can see that stink vine leaves are not just a simple garnish, but truly a valuable medicinal herb that our ancestors have trusted for generations. Dear friends, let's now explore *8 remarkable benefits of stink vine leaves. Each benefit is not only backed by folk experience but also confirmed by scientific evidence. The first benefit of stink vine leaves is their ability to support digestion, especially when we consume a lot of protein-rich foods. For centuries, our ancestors had the habit of eating stink vine leaves alongside dishes like dog meat, buffalo, duck, or fatty stews. This tradition was not random, it was built on generations of lived experience. When we eat protein-heavy foods, the stomach has to secrete more gastric juice to break down the proteins. If the process is too slow, it leads to bloating, indigestion, even internal heat and toxin buildup. Stink vine leaves, with their warm nature and slightly bitter taste, help stimulate the stomach to work more efficiently, speeding up protein digestion and reducing the heavy, uncomfortable feeling after meals. From the perspective of Eastern medicine, the bitterness of stink vine leaves helps clear heat, promote circulation, and relieve stagnation in the intestines. That's why there's a saying, eating dog meat without stink vine leaves means the dish isn't complete. This highlights the leaf's role in aiding digestion and balancing the richness of protein. From the perspective of modern science, stink vine leaves contain essential oils, flavonoids, and certain alkaloids that stimulate digestive secretions. These compounds enhance the activity of protease enzymes, the key enzymes responsible for breaking down proteins in meat and fish. As a result, protein-rich foods are digested more quickly, reducing the risk of stomach overload. Moreover, stink vine leaves help regulate bowel movements, ease spasms, and reduce gas production during digestion. That means common symptoms like bloating, acid reflux, and indigestion can be noticeably improved. The second benefit, and one that stink vine leaves are most famous for, is their antibacterial and anti-diarrheal effect. In rural areas, whenever children had diarrhea, grandparents often didn't rush to medication. Instead, they would pick a handful of stink vine leaves from the garden, wash them thoroughly, crush them, and squeeze out the juice to drink. Usually, after just a few servings, the stomach would settle, and the diarrhea would ease. This was considered precious folk wisdom, and today, science has confirmed that it has a strong foundation. Stink vine leaves contain essential oils and flavonoids, compounds that can inhibit the growth of many harmful bacteria in the intestines, especially E. coli, one of the most common causes of diarrhea. Beyond their antibacterial action, these compounds also help tighten the intestinal lining and reduce fluid secretion, allowing the gut to recover more quickly. Traditional Eastern medicine also recognizes stink vine leaves for their effect of sap tronkaita, meaning they naturally firm up the intestines and stop diarrhea without leaving the body fatigued. This is very different from many Western medications that often cause side effects and imbalance in the system. The third benefit of stink vine leaves is their ability to clear heat and detoxify the liver. For those who frequently eat fried, greasy foods or drink alcohol, it's common to experience internal heat, skin breakouts, or general fatigue. In such cases, our grandparents often brewed a pot of stink vine tea or simply added the leaves to meals. After just a few days, the body would feel lighter, cooler, and refreshed. From the viewpoint of Eastern medicine, stink vine leaves are bitter and cooling, working on the liver meridian to clear heat, detoxify, and protect the liver. That's why they were traditionally used to counter conditions like jaundice, itching, or boils caused by liver heat. Modern science also supports this. Stink vine leaves are rich in natural antioxidants like flavonoids and vitamin C, which neutralize free radicals, agents that damage liver cells. Some studies even suggest that extracts from stink vine leaves can help lower liver enzymes and support detoxification, especially for people who regularly consume alcohol or are exposed to chemicals. The fourth benefit, which is less widely known, is that stink vine leaves may help manage colitis. Anyone who has suffered from colitis knows how uncomfortable it can be. Constant bloating, cramping, alternating constipation and diarrhea. It's a chronic condition that easily relapses, reducing appetite and disrupting daily life. In folk practice, people often ate fresh stink vine leaves or boiled them into a daily tea to ease stomach pain and regulate bowel function. This wasn't just word of mouth, there's scientific support. Stink vine leaves contain alkaloids and flavonoids, both of which have anti-inflammatory and antispasmodic properties. These compounds soothe the intestinal lining and stabilize bowel movements. Traditional medicine also describes stink vine leaves as having the ability to tu thong, kai thong, reducing inflammation and relieving pain, making them particularly suitable for chronic intestinal conditions. For those with colitis, consistently including stink vine leaves in the diet, along with a balanced lifestyle and avoiding spicy food or alcohol, can gradually ease symptoms and bring relief to the digestive system. The important point I want to emphasize is this: stink vine leaves are not a specialized medicine, but they are a safe and sustainable natural support that helps the body restore balance on its own. And that's exactly the philosophy of natural healthy living that our ancestors passed down through generations. The fifth benefit of stink vine leaves is their ability to relieve coughs and expel phlegm. This is one of the well-known folk remedies that many of you have probably heard about. When children had a persistent phlegmy cough, grandparents would often pick a handful of stink vine leaves, wash them, chop them finely, mix with a little honey, and steam them. Then they'd give the child small spoonfuls. The taste was a bit pungent, but the results were impressive. After just a few days, The cough eased, and the phlegm became thinner and easier to expel. In Eastern medicine, stinkvine leaves are considered cooling and anti-inflammatory, while honey is known to nourish the lungs and soothe the throat. When combined, their effects are amplified, reducing swelling and irritation in the throat, dissolving mucus, and clearing the airways. Modern science has also analyzed these benefits. Stinkvine leaves contain natural antibacterial compounds that inhibit respiratory pathogens while helping relax the bronchial muscles, making breathing easier. Honey, on the other hand, has already been proven to possess strong anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, along with nutrients that help heal damaged throat tissue. The sixth benefit asterisk of stinkvine leaves is promoting relaxation and better sleep. Anyone who has struggled with tossing and turning, restless nights, or waking up feeling drained knows how frustrating this can be. In folk practice, people often brewed a pot of stinkvine leaf tea to sip warm in the evening, or simply added a few leaves to the dinner meal. This simple habit brought relaxation, a sense of calm, and made it easier to fall asleep. According to Eastern medicine, stinkvine leaves have a cooling nature and slight bitterness that influence the heart and liver meridians, helping clear heat, regulate circulation, and reduce restlessness and tension. There's a saying, asterisk, when the mind is at peace, the body is at peace. Using stinkvine regularly acts like a natural balm for the spirit. From a modern medical perspective, the essential oils and flavonoids in stinkvine have a calming effect on the central nervous system. These compounds reduce nervous stimulation, relieve stress, and help the body ease into a natural state of rest. Some studies even suggest they can prolong deep sleep, so that by morning, you wake up feeling more refreshed and energized. It's clear that stinkvine leaves don't just aid digestion, protect the liver, and soothe coughs. They also support healthy sleep, which is an essential factor for long-term well-being. Here we see the wisdom of our ancestors. They didn't just eat to fill their stomachs. They ate to nourish both body and spirit. The seventh benefit asterisk of stinkvine leaves is their ability to help heal minor wounds on the skin. Those who grew up in the countryside may remember that when children got small cuts or scrapes, grandparents often didn't have Western medicine at hand. Instead, they simply picked a few stinkvine leaves, washed them, crushed them, and applied them directly to the wound. After a short time, the wound would dry, swelling would reduce, and healing would begin. In Eastern medicine, stinkvine leaves are recognized for reducing inflammation, neutralizing toxins, and relieving pain. When applied externally, they help prevent infection and promote new skin growth. That's why in folk tradition, stinkvine leaves were often called the burn remedy plant, used for cuts, minor burns, or skin boils. From the perspective of modern medicine, stinkvine leaves contain many natural antibacterial compounds capable of inhibiting Staphylococcus aureus, a common bacterium that causes skin infections. In addition, the vitamin C and antioxidants in these leaves help stimulate collagen production, speed up wound healing, and reduce the likelihood of scarring. The eighth benefit asterisk of stinkvine leaves is strengthening the body's immune system. When the weather shifts unpredictably, rain and shine alternating, health can easily be affected. Especially as we age, just catching a chill or eating irregularly can quickly lead to fatigue. At times like this, simple garden herbs such as stinkvine become a precious source of nutrients. Stinkvine leaves are rich in vitamin C and natural antioxidants. These compounds neutralize free radicals, the very agents that weaken immunity and accelerate aging. With sufficient vitamin C and antioxidants, the immune system works more effectively, helping the body fight off invading bacteria and viruses. This lowers the risk of respiratory or digestive infections. Moreover, the flavonoids in stinkvine have anti-inflammatory effects, supporting the body's balance. In Eastern medicine, this is described as asterisk, bo ki kin tai, asterisk, meaning it strengthens overall vitality, supports the spleen and stomach, boosts appetite, and enhances nutrient absorption. In short, adding stink vine leaves to daily meals doesn't just improve flavor, it's a natural way to protect health. Especially for the elderly, children, and those prone to minor illnesses. This is the greatest value of stink vine leaves, a humble, rustic plant that quietly fortifies the immune barrier, keeping us stronger against sickness. Dear friends, while stink vine leaves offer many wonderful benefits, it's important to remember some key precautions to use them safely and avoid unintended side effects. First, because stink vine leaves are cooling, eating too much, especially raw, may cause bloating, abdominal chills, or diarrhea in those with weak digestion. Use only moderate amounts as a side herb, not as a main vegetable. Second, avoid combining stink vine leaves with certain foods. With seafood that is already cold in nature, like crab, clams, snails, or mussels, pairing with stink vine may upset digestion. They should also not be eaten with overly spicy, hot dishes, as the cooling nature of stink vine mixed with chili, pepper, or ginger may irritate the stomach. Likewise, pairing stink vine with alcohol is not recommended. Alcohol heats the liver and irritates the stomach, while stink vine cools the body, creating internal imbalance that can leave you feeling drained. Third, not everyone should consume stink vine regularly. Pregnant women can safely eat small amounts with meals, but if considering higher doses or medicinal use, they should consult a doctor, since the bitter, cooling nature may not be suitable. People with chronic stomach issues or weak digestion should also be cautious and consume only small amounts. For children, when using stink vine to treat coughs or diarrhea, parents must prepare it properly, measure the right dosage, and monitor carefully to ensure safety. In the end, I want to stress this: stink vine leaves are a precious gift of nature. But like any remedy, they have two sides. Used properly, they nourish. Used incorrectly, they may cause harm. Let's value them, use them moderately and correctly, so that stink vine can truly become a reliable companion in protecting daily health. Dear friends, we've just walked through the remarkable gifts that stink vine leaves bring. From a simple garnish in rustic meals, they actually hold the essence of nature, aiding digestion, protecting the liver, soothing coughs, healing wounds, and boosting immunity. This proves that sometimes, the most ordinary things around us are the greatest treasures for health. I truly believe that, if we appreciate and use them wisely, stink vine leaves are not just food, they are faithful allies in our journey to preserve health and live joyfully every day. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a comment below. Every share, every question from you is the motivation that keeps me going, bringing simple, reliable knowledge closer to your life. Wishing you and your family abundant health, peace of mind, and bright hearts. May every day be filled with joy and happiness. See you again in the next video.